Hello and welcome to lesson 7 of the Healing Path to Your Soulmate. And so today's lesson is all about releasing connections. And so first of all I want to talk about what is attraction. Okay, so I've talked about the law of attraction and how when we are emitting a certain energy we attract like energy back to us. And so when you think in terms of people, so we are attracting the people that have similar lessons or similar issues or similar desires to us. We attract people who have something for us, something that is aligned with us, okay? And when we attract somebody, when we bring somebody into our lives who has something for us in that way, when it's something really important to one of our desires, then we will feel an attraction to that person. It doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman, and it won't necessarily be a sexual attraction, but we'll feel a certain attraction to them. And so you will have noticed this in your life, when you've met somebody, say a friend, or you've met a new friend, and you just feel really excited about them. You feel really attracted to them, and you think, wow, great, this is going to be a great friendship. And what you might have noticed is that friendship might have turned sour really quite quickly, because what happens is the universe puts people in front of us who can give us the biggest lessons, that can help us to move forward the most, and it sets us up to feel very attracted to that person so that we will get involved with them, so that we learn that lesson from them. And of course it's the biggest lessons that we learn that are kind of the hardest, and so we tend to reject the people that give us the hardest lessons. So we want to push them away from us because it doesn't feel so good when we have those hard lessons. And so attraction isn't always what it seems, and especially when we're talking about the opposite sex, or the sex that we're sexually attracted to. And so it is very easy to misunderstand a feeling of attraction for this romantic attraction or sexual attraction. And so if you're looking at it from the universe's point of view, and you have a desire, and in order for you to be aligned with that desire and bring it into your life, you need to learn a particular lesson. And so the universe will so say that desire that you have is a soulmate relationship, but the lesson, the alignment that you need to get before you can have that soulmate relationship is to release a mistrust, a distrust of people. Then the universe is going to send you somebody to teach you about trust issues, and so it's going to send you along somebody who can't be trusted, okay? And so from your point of view, you're wanting a soulmate, and the next thing you see is somebody in front of you, and you feel a strong attraction to them, and it's quite right that you feel a strong attraction to them because you want that trust lesson from them that the universe is giving you. And you would feel very disappointed because you're probably thinking, well, this is my soulmate, I feel this really strong connection, I'm feeling this amazing connection, so this must be my soulmate because I've just asked for a soulmate. And so you have this huge attraction to them and feel this great connection with them. And then of course you're really let down because then you find out that they really can't be trusted. And so rather than feeling bad about that, it's really important that you know that that's the lesson, that you've attracted these lessons because that's a lesson in alignment for you to have the soulmate that you want. And so we make these connections, when we misunderstand these connections, we might have hoped that person would have been our soulmate and felt let down by them for not being our soulmate, but they were never supposed to be our soulmate. They were just coming along to teach us that lesson so that we could release that and then be able to find our soulmate. And so it's really important that we release these connections, and we tend to hold on to them. And so what happens is, when you go through a relationship, you've been in a relationship, if you are still feeling guilt or shame or anger or resentment, if you're feeling bad about that relationship at all, if you're feeling that there was a connection and it should have been a soulmate connection, if you're feeling that relationship could if they'd have stayed with you, it could have been a really good soulmate relationship. If you have had met somebody that you were very attracted to and there was no relationship that happened, so if you were feeling a connection with somebody but then nothing came of that, if you are kind of holding a torch for someone, if you thought that someone was right for you and things didn't work out, all of these things show that you still have an energetic connection with that person. And while you have energetic connections with other people, you're not going to be able to bring your soulmate into your life. And so just as you wouldn't go out with somebody who was already had 5 girlfriends, so energetically people will feel like you're connected to other people and you're not really available. And so it's really important to break these connections. And so for your homework today, I want you to, first of all, number 1, write down who you're holding a torch for. So whether it's 1 or whether it's 10, just write down all of them. Number 2, which relationships do you feel guilt or shame about still? Again, write all of them. Number 3, which relationships are you feeling anger or resentment about still? Write all of those down. Then number 4, who did you feel a connection to but didn't have a relationship with? And then write all of those down. And now we've done a little bit of this release work earlier on in the course about past relationships. But this is kind of a different kind of process. What we want to do is actually release those connections. So those energetic connections that we've got, we want to release those. And so for each of those that you've written down now, I want you to, one by one, go through this same process. First of all, release the belief. Release the belief that they were your soulmate, that they should have been your soulmate, that they should have been better than they were, that they shouldn't have given you the lesson that they did, that that something else should have happened than did happen. That's not the truth at all. Exactly what should have happened happened. There are no mistakes in this universe. We're given every experience that we need. And so release that belief that you had a connection with them and that connection somehow kind of failed. Then next, I want you to ask Archangel Michael to release that connection, okay? And so Archangel Michael is the big archangel who has a big sword, and what he does is he releases connections and will use his sword to chop those connections from you. And so you can do this in a visualization. First of all, ask for his help, ask him to release these cords, these connections, and just visualize him chopping those away from your body, around your body with his big sword. You can also get an energy healing, a cord cutting, or sometimes called an etheric cord cutting energy healing. The Be Healing team offers those from BeHealing.com. They can help you too. And so this is all about breaking those energetic connections that you have with people. And also there are 2 guided meditations that I've made available again on BeHealing.com. One of them is called the Letting Go meditation, and the other one is in the clearing meditations, and that's called the cord cutting meditation. Now these are like the etheric cord cutting energy healings. You actually get the energy healing while you're listening to that meditation. And so get yourself one of those meditations or both of those meditations and listen to them while you're doing this process to release those connections. Then in future, if you're finding that you are thinking about that person again, or start to feel guilty or resentment or anger or shame about a relationship, then do this, listen to these guided meditations again and release those. And so whenever it comes back, keep on releasing it, and soon enough it will be completely released out of your system. Know that it doesn't matter if somebody is your soulmate. You cannot go wrong in a soulmate relationship. You can't release a soulmate. Even if you released a soulmate as much as you could, they would always come back to you. Whatever is aligned to you will always come back to you, and you can't make a mistake in releasing anything at all. And so, thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.